guys, and welcome back to Morgs Menu. So today I'm going to be showing you how I make my shrimp and grits recipe. I really like this recipe because it's really one of those that doesn't involve a ton of prep, it doesn't use a ton of ingredients, and it's really an overall pretty simple recipe for the amount of flavor that you can get out of all the ingredients in it. It has a bunch of different bold flavors, and I just really enjoy it for a pretty simple dinner recipe that you can really use to impress some people if you want. So if you want to see how I put everything together, keep on watching. So as I mentioned, the ingredients on this recipe are pretty straightforward, so I'm going to go over everything now. I already did most of the prep work because, like I said, there really isn't much to do, and if you've watched any of my videos before, you've probably seen me chop an onion and a bell pepper so many times that you want to scream. So I went ahead and just diced those up, so you're just going to dice those. So there are obviously kind of two components to this recipe. You're going to have the grits part and then all the toppings and everything that go along with it. Now I found it's easiest just to buy some grits. Now I personally think it's a lot better if you don't use instant grits. If you wanted to do that, you of course can, but I try and get the stone ground grits, and these are just from Trader Joe's, and I find it's easiest just to follow whatever the directions say on the back of it to prepare it, and then just kind of alter things slightly to get it to have that good flavor for the shrimp and grits. For half a cup of grits, which is what we'll use for 2 servings, you need also a half a cup of milk, 1.5 cups of water, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and a tablespoon of butter. So the only thing I'm going to swap out on this is instead of using water, I'm going to be using chicken stock. Again, that just gives it a really nice flavor to kind of bring everything together, because we're also going to be using the chicken stock and the shrimp mixture that we're going to be putting on the top of the grits. And then we're also going to be adding some cheddar cheese at the end. So I just have this Daiya one, but you can use whatever kind of cheddar, similar flavor to cheddar cheese that you want, just to add that in the end to make it a kind of cheesy grit mixture. Now for the grits, basically you want to combine, in a large pot, combine the water or chicken stock, salt and butter, and bring that to a boil. Then you're going to gradually stir in the grits, lower the heat, cook it covered for 15 to 20 minutes, add in your milk, and then cook for another 10 minutes, and then they'll be done. So we're just going to do that, and then, like I said, at the very last minute, add in the shredded cheese. And then the other portion will be a separate pan that we're going to make all of the shrimp mixture that's going to go on top. So I personally really like bacon in mine. So the first thing we're going to do is just fry up the bacon. Now typically I cook my bacon in the oven. However, because I like to incorporate the kind of bacon grease flavoring that you get from when you cook the bacon in with all the other ingredients, I'm going to just pan fry it as normal until it gets nice and crispy. So you can use anywhere from like 2 to 4 slices of bacon for about 2 servings of this. I have some pretty thick cut bacon, so I'm just going to be using 3 slices for today. And then the other ingredients are of course going to be some shrimp. So I went ahead and prepped up my shrimp. All I had to do was just pull off the tails. You can buy shrimp that's already kind of, everything's removed and ready to go, and all you have to do is thaw it. So you can of course do that, but just make sure you prep the shrimp so it's ready to go, and you don't want to have to be, peeling this or anything while you're eating it. So you want to make sure it's already pre-peeled. And then the last piece is just some sauteed vegetables. So I like to add bell pepper and onion to mine. You can skip that step if you don't want to include it, but I've just diced up about half a red bell pepper and half a small white onion. And then I'm going to be also topping it with some green onions. So here's everything prepped up. I've just cut my bacon in half as well, so it's easier to fit in my pan. But basically all you have to do is cook the bacon, take that off, let it sit and cool off so you can crumble it at the end. Then you're going to saute the onions and peppers in the bacon grease. Once that's done, you can pull that out, and then we're going to cook the shrimp. Now for the shrimp, we are going to add some seasonings. So I like to add onion powder and garlic powder, paprika, garlic salt, pepper, and then I also have this chili lime seasoning from Trader Joe's that I'm going to be using. If you don't have this, you can of course just use chili powder, or you can omit it and it's still really good. This just adds a little bit of a spice to it that makes it good. So that's basically it. I'm just going to season the shrimp with all of those spices. And then once the shrimp is fully cooked, which only takes a couple minutes, then we're going to add a little bit of the chicken stock into that mixture, kind of let that simmer for a couple of minutes, and then we'll lay our kind of bowl plate out with the grits mixture and then the chicken stock shrimp mixture. So let me go ahead and show you how it all comes together. right, and here is the final product. They look so good. I'm really happy with how these turned out. One thing I will note, normally when I do this, I don't put the bacon in with the shrimp and peppers mixture when I add it back in with the broth so that the bacon stays nice and crispy, but I completely forgot and added it in. So it's no big deal. It'll still be really good, still have a good bacon flavor, but I would recommend topping the bacon kind of like I did with the green onions at the end so that the bacon stays nice and crispy. But overall, super excited to go ahead and eat this. If you have any questions on anything for the recipe, make sure you leave those in comments down below. But as always, I will put the exact steps and measurements of what I did down below in the description box. If you're new to my channel and haven't yet subscribed, make sure you go on and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the videos that I post on Wednesdays and Sundays. Also, make sure you follow my Instagram for more content throughout the week. Thanks again for watching Morgs Menu, and I hope you have a great day. Bye, guys.